This time around, almost everyone is wrong about crypto. Almost everyone is still focused on how this time is different, even though everyone has their own idea of what will happen. It won't be like 2021 or 2017 and 2018. And this is where most people are wrong, right? Things are beginning to change in the crypto world 100%. I get it. From what I know, rules are now a thing. We now have, crypto being accepted by the government. At the same time, big investors are starting to get involved with ETF and even some of these crypto networks. Just one example is JP Morgan using Base for their JPMD. Tokenized reserves are what it is, but it is a steady coin. It is known as a stable coin. But seeing all of these things happen is definitely crazy. And it shows that things are changing in the crypto world. But does the cycle itself change? I don't think so. And this is where most people are making the same mistake they did in 2021. They thought it was a whole different cycle because formal adoption had just begun at that point. And they thought, okay, well, it's going to lead to mass adoption by institutional players, and it's going to change the way the cycle works. We're just going to keep going, and we're going to have a super cycle for crypto, something or other. It's very risky to push that story at this point in the cycle. I want to talk about many things. First, let's take a quick look at the market itself. We do see some nice gains across the board on the daily. Some of these old coins are even going up in value by more than 10%. You can see from CFX that some of them hit 100%. But all in all, the past week has been amazing. It's been a great month. And even in the past year, listen, almost everything is green all the time. And XRP is still shining bright. At the moment, XRP is worth about $3.50, while Bitcoin is worth about $120,000. But Ethereum is also very close to 3,800. It did tap 3,800 earlier today, still doing better than Bitcoin. This is just what we were looking for. As well, if we check out some of these other altcoins, we see that they've all made some good progress. We'd like to see this. We want altcoins to really pick up speed on Bitcoin and even start to rise against Bitcoin while Bitcoin is being boring, which is what it is doing right now. In fact, it's only gone up 0.3% today and over the last week. In fact, it's down 1.2% even though everything is still pumping. This is how the market looks as a whole. Let me go over it again to make sure everything is correct. It's worth $3.92 trillion on the market. It did reach about 4 trillion not long ago. But the most important thing to note is that fear and greed have been going down, and altcoin season is now at 53 out of 100. That's because if we look at the top 500 stocks that have gained and lost the most in the last 30 days, some of these wins are pretty clear. Really, this is crazy. Some of these old coins are just going crazy. You should see for yourself. You should know that most of these have gone up 100% in the last 30 days. CHH4 is up about 92%. XLM is up almost 98%. Solo is up over 100%. And Tezos is up over 100%. These are real projects. You understand. These are real projects. You understand. These aren't just joke coins or old coins that can't be sold. No, these are real projects that are very strong and have been in the top 100 for the last 30 days. We can see that everyone has gained here. XRP is up, XDC is up, Algo is up, and Curva is up, and Curva is up. In other words, this is exactly the kind of price movement we need in this market right now. Where are we now? Now we're in phase 2. Ethereum is becoming the star of the show. I'm going to quickly cut the movie to let you know that now is the best time to join the free Discord. For $99. $99 a month, you can join the premium area and get even more special access. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but you're getting more than just my reports. You'll also have access to updates for tokenizers and a whole team of people who are here to help you at all times during the cycle. There are many new things in there. Access to my portfolio, deal updates, chart updates, market breakdowns every week and every other week, and a lot more. What do you guys want to do now? If you want to get those special updates, you can join the premium section as well. You can find the link to the free part as shown below. Let's watch the movie again. Now we're hearing from some very well-known people that Ethereum could reach some pretty big numbers by the end of the year or this month. Right now, this is what Ethereum's all-time picture looks like. That pushback from the highs in October and November, as well as the highs in January and December, and even the highs in March 2024, is being pushed back. In order to truly break out, we would have to break through this level and clear $4,000. This would put us in line with the all-time highs from 2021. How high do we go from here on out? That's the question. First things first, at the moment, Ethereum is one of the most popular networks for tokenized assets, as well as stablecoins and DeFi. At this point, the network is doing really, really well. Following Ethereum and how high it goes, it's very important to pay attention to Ethereum right now, since the higher it goes, the more liquidity it creates for altcoins. So we want to see Ethereum go up, and we want to cheer for it when it does. We want Ethereum to reach some very high levels. Now that we're thinking about that, let's check out Tom Lee's prediction for 2025. $0 to $15,000 by the end of the year. Based on circle multiples and layer 1 usage prices, this is what we think. Look at this. Mark Newton, our technical analyst, thought that Ethereum could reach 4,000 by the end of the month, but that's not where it peaks. What price do you think it will reach in the second half of the year? Our price goals at Fundstrat. That's why I wear a few hats. I'm the head of research at Fundstrat and the chairman of BitMine. I'm also the chief information officer of Fundstrat Capital, which is my third job. On the other hand, Sean Farrell is in charge of study for digital assets at Fundstrat. He also gave me some loose goals to work toward. This is one way he sees it. If we look at Circle and its free cash multiple, which is now about 130 times EBITDA, Ethereum is more or less at $15,000. That makes sense. As you know, when you get to layer 1, you should use a higher multiple for hypothetical purposes. That's why software companies get higher multiples than stores, right? You charge a business more to do something when you're farther away from the customer, and the information is just noise. In the short run, our technical strategist Mark Newton thinks that Ethereum could reach 4,000 before the end of the month. However, that's not where it peaks. He just thinks that's the first line of defense. Then I think about something else. If Sean Farrell's math is right, then I also think 10 to 15,000 makes sense. By the end of the year? Yes, it might happen before or after the end of the year. In a sense, it varies. Again, though, that would not be the cap. Now that we think about it, that's going to be 4 months from now, okay? There are 4 months left until the end of the year. Ethereum going up to 10 to 15K. Okay, let's do this. Also, yes, it is possible for it to happen. Ethereum, as I said, since January 2024, the number of tokenized reva on Ethereum has grown by 20 times. This is crazy growth, and some of the biggest players are pulling it off. You name it. Also, you should know that stablecoins are used on Ethereum, which is the biggest stablecoin market. More than $135 billion has been spent on Ethereum alone.